Forced to work from home by your employer? Laid off or feeling depressed at home? Do you want to make money working from anywhere? We'll show you how to do it from your couch. It's time for another episode of the Work From Home Show. Coming to you from their homes in Austin, Texas and Tampa, Florida, here are your hosts, Adam and Naresh.
Welcome back to another episode of the Work From Home Show. Naresh with Adam Schrader. Adam, how are things going?
They are good. How are things with you?
It's the triple G. Yeah, things are good in Tampa. There's a publication out there called FeedSpot. Well, FeedSpot named the Work From Home Show as the number one Work From Home podcast on the internet. Number one.
I'm going to get a sign made. And just put it out in front of my house. Let everybody know.
Really, the Apple Podcasts, they should come out with a category that's work from home. They really should. And we're number one. I mean, you can't argue. Their founder emailed us.
You can't argue with the poll on the internet.
You can't. And they actually had it was like a top 10 list. So it was like, top 10 work from home podcasts. And we were number one. And this company listened to all these work from home shows. They listened to all our episodes and they said, wow, these guys are number one. And their founder, this is what he emailed us, quote, "I would love to give you a high five and thank you for your contribution to this world."
But not really a high five right now.
Not a high five. I think it would be the maybe like the air five or not even the fist pound. I'd like to give him the elbow pound. But thank you, FeedSpot, for naming us number one. Thank you to our 18 listeners, now probably times 1,000. No, not 1,000, maybe like 100. But yeah, thank you all for listening. If you want to reach out, hello@workfromhomeshow.com, hello@workfromhomeshow.com. It's just been, wow. That's what it's been. It's been wow. Like, we're just so thrilled that our show is catching on and making steam. Gaining steam, and just doing well. So we really appreciate that. And let's get to today's episode. What do you say about that, Adam?
I think that might be helpful. Yeah.
I think it'll be helpful. I think it'll be very helpful. So today's episode, what we're going to talk about is work from home services. And what I mean by work from home services, ways that you can make money from home. So Adam's going to talk a little bit about how he makes money from home. I'm going to talk about how I make money from home. What we're not going to talk about is podcasting, book writing, or real estate investing, because those three work from home jobs or services, we're going to have dedicated episodes to them. In fact, some of them, like podcasting, we're going to have 2 separate episodes because there's just so much to go into. So Adam, let's talk about some kind of work from home services. So you do web design and audio editing, right? Just give us a quick overview about what you do and how you learned to do these.
Yeah, so what I do is I basically just sit at my desk and stare at a computer screen, which I would assume most people working from home do. There are some people I've found over the years, through various contacts, you being one of them, who, podcasts are becoming a bigger and bigger thing in today's world. And, most people have an idea for a podcast, but they don't know how to do it, or they don't have the time, or they don't have the interest in, doing everything after the recording. Because, it's not hard, but it does take time. And so I sit in front of my computer and listen to people talking about whatever topic they're on and editing that. And it's really the thing that I like about it. One of the big things I like is that it educates me on a lot of different topics. You introduced me to the Cash Flow Wealth Show, and that's a show that's all about creating cash flow outside of your W-2. It's a virtual summit that they haven't held it in a little while, but it used to be there. And I was editing those shows and just hearing about a whole lot of different avenues that people were going down and using. I haven't used any of them, but it was really educational. And that's just things that people don't have the time or expertise in knowing how to produce it. And basically the only way I learned, well, I did some of it in college, but the real way I learned is I got some audio and I sat down in front of a computer with some editing software and just started messing up. I started trying to make things sound smooth, trying to get a whole produced piece with, bumper music and everything else entailed, and I was terrible for a while. And then I got a lot better, and I kept getting better and kept getting better, and now apparently I've gotten good enough that people are willing to happily pay me to do it. But I really got started with one piece of advice from our news director, and I think it was our news director, one of the people at our radio station, and she basically just told me, cut from the beginning of one word to the beginning of the next. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. And then over time, I realized that you don't have to just cut from word to word. You can cut from sound to sound. And, that just kind of evolved. And so these are things you just pick up. And there's free software out there. We've talked about on our podcasting one. But, just get it and, just start doing it. It's something that you can learn for free. And then web design, this other stuff I do is the same way. I was self-taught because I worked at the small radio station that you and I met at. It was by necessity. Small companies, you learn things by necessity. And so our web team that we had initially was terrible at their job. The web developer that we hired, you remember?
I remember that. The web person, was
not great at what they did. We'll put it that way. So my coworker and I were doing the website in spite of them instead of with them. I mean, we had to. So we learned, and I made some websites that were absolutely terrible. I've made some bad-looking websites in my time. But, everything is just an opportunity for correction. So that's kind of what I do and how I learned it.
Yeah, well, very cool. And I think the overarching, I'm going to go into what I do from home and how I learned it, but I'm not going to share every single little detail on how. Really, I'm probably just going to share some resources that helped me, and then our listeners can go out and learn things themselves. But that's the overarching theme. You're going to have to go out and learn yourself, whether it's getting copies of my books like Podcastnomics or 50 Shades of Marketing or From Nobody to Bestselling Author. Again, I want to give these away for free to you guys so that you can learn and so that you can start doing the same thing that I do from home. I don't care if you become a competitor. Perfectly okay with me. I don't believe in competition in this sense. I believe it's only...
You can't service everybody.
I can't. I absolutely can't. So get on our mailing list, workfromhomeshow.com, and that way you're on our list and you'll get access to all the free stuff that we want to send to you. But again, overarching theme is you're going to have to kind of suck it up and get out there and learn things for yourself, attend conferences, attend the online summits, the online webinars, subscribe to free newsletters. I learned all of this stuff. Like, I had to pay very little. Like, yes, I did go to a few conferences, but my employer paid for them at the time. So for those who currently do have a job that might be work from home, I'm sure your employer attends different conferences and asks to go to those conferences as an educational tool and actually learn. Don't just go there to party and drink. You should attend the seminars and the speakers and the presentations and just soak up as much as you can. I'll quickly run through the stuff that I do and that Christian Media and Marketing does and how I learned this. So let's start with online public relations. So public relations is essentially getting publicity for your product or your service or your company, but we focus on online media. So that's like online podcasts, online blogs, online radio. How did I get into this? Well, working in podcasting, I had so many I've had probably 70 different podcasting clients over the last 10 years. So right there is a set of 70 podcasts where I can get a client, get like an expert, and be like, hey, we can book you on these different podcasts. So that's how I built up a good set of contacts of companies and journalists, individuals, to get people the visibility that they're looking for. SEO and reputation management. SEO stands for search engine optimization, and reputation management, online reputation management is a form of SEO. So let's say, for example, Adam, and we have many clients like this. I'd say you're like a financial advisor and you had a deal with the mob, like funneling funds your financial advising business to like the mob that sells drugs. And so you get arrested and you get sent to prison, and then you come out of prison 20 years later, and now you've got a terrible reputation and you're all over the internet. So these
Not in
people,
a good way.
yeah, and these people come to us. Yes, like I deal with some of the scummiest white collar criminals this country has to offer. They come to us and they're like, hey, this article on the internet about us, it's really hurting our business. Can you either take it down or bury it? And we take a look at it and we assess it. We meaning my contractors in India, who's my SEO and reputation management team, and I. And then I come back and I say, look, this is what we can do for you. This is how much it's going to cost. And these guys, wow, I've dealt with some scum. But our policy is, because it doesn't matter to us, we're offering a service. So, and it's completely legal. So we don't ask, hey, did you actually do this? Because it's not relevant. The job is to bury the link. We don't ask any questions. So it's a pretty cool, that's actually been some of the most exciting work that I've done. And so it just kind of happened by chance. I was able to grow my company because initially I was only offering like 2 of these services, like podcasting and a little bit of direct response marketing. And then the clients were like, hey, can you do online reputation management? Can you do design and development? Can you do book marketing? Can you do this? And can you do that? And I just went out, hired people, and told the client, yeah, we can do it. And then web design and web development, you've already covered that. Podcast production and monetization, I said we're not going to talk about that on this episode. We are going to have 2 upcoming episodes that talk about this in depth. Online special events. So these are really popular now. They were kind of popular like 2-3 years ago. So these are like online seminars, online webinars, online conferences. We produce special events from soup to nuts. So again, through experience working with clients, I learned the GoToWebinars, the Zoom. I learned about the different webinar softwares so that we could produce a good event. And so we put on online special events, online summits, virtual conferences, and we handle the entire process from beginning to end. So I just kind of learned that through experience.
Can you learn that for cheap or free? I mean, I haven't really been involved in any of that. Like, is there free or really cheap stuff that you can use to learn?
Yeah, so I'm going to give you 2 resources. The first one is the actual like webinar software. So GoToWebinar is the most popular webinar software. There's another one that I recommend called Instant Teleseminar. So that's, again, I could go into the details on these. It's best for you guys to just go check it out and play around with these. Get like a free, I think like a 30-day trial. And that's with any service that I'm talking about. Just get a free trial to something and learn how to do it, learn how to use it. And then now you can call yourself an expert after that.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. And especially if you're going to do something like what Naresh is talking about, you can just get on Facebook and say, hey guys, I want to try this out. Who's available at 8 p.m. on Wednesday? All you got to do is log in so that I can make sure that, I can run something with this many people. And, I'm sure everybody has a decent number of friends on Facebook, and some of them will do it. And if you can get 10 or 15 even, it's worth a shot to figure out if you can do it.
Yeah. I use a software called a vConference. It's an online virtual conference platform. It is expensive to get a subscription. They do online events for like companies. So like you brought up the Cash Flow Wealth Summit, for example, that's done through vConference Online. So I know the people there. I know the CEO and the business development guy and the account manager. I've got a good relationship with them. So I know how to use them. And so that's a skill that I can promote to clients and say, yeah, we can put on your special event or your webinar. Another resource I want to share is Digital Marketer. This is by Ryan Deiss, Deiss, Deiss. Digital Marketer is the most popular online marketing publisher in the world. They teach people, they're an education company. They teach people how to market online. And they cover all of these different strategies that I'm sharing with you right now that Krish Media and Marketing offers. I've been to their conference, the Traffic and Conversion Summit. I went back in 2013. It was a life-changing experience. I wouldn't be talking about them, or I wouldn't even have the business that I have if it weren't for Ryan Deiss, Digital Marketer and their conference. They have a free newsletter, the Digital Marketer newsletter. Get on that and just soak up everything. I read every single newsletter they had over, I would say, like a 2-year period. And I just learned so much from it. So highly recommend that. Another service, copywriting.
Oh, hey, hang on before you go into that. If you're interested in doing something like these teleconferences and you're interested in the software, just call up the company and say, hey, my name's Adam. You can even semi-lie to them and say, I'm starting a company that we're running online events. Can you do a software demo for me? And, yes, you'll get emails in the future kind of hounding you if you want to buy and become a client of theirs. But, if this is something you're seriously considering, it might be something that you eventually use them for. But, you can hop on with them, do a software demo. They know that their conversion rate on those isn't going to be 100%. And so, don't think of it as taking advantage of the company or anything, because eventually you might end up using them.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. Copywriting. So copywriting is simply the words that it's advertising copy. So all this writing that you see trying to sell a product, that's considered copywriting. And you can make a fortune in copywriting. My copywriter friends are multimillionaires because they get hired by a company, let's say like McDonald's or any bank, and they write this advertising copy to sell a product. It could be like selling a CD, you can't sell a stock. That has laws on type of advertising you can do. But, a McDonald's Happy Meal, you need to have good advertising to get the kids to want to come get their Happy Meal and their toy. And so these copywriters, I recommend that you go to Amazon, type in Bob Bly, B-L-Y, Bob Bly. He's one of the greatest living copywriters in the world, along with my former mentor when I used to work full-time, Mike Palmer or Michael Palmer, Palmer. These are guys, just go to Amazon, type in their names. They've written books on copywriting, what it is, words that you can use to trigger emotions in people, topics and subjects that gets people attention. Copywriting can make you a fortune if you're a good copywriter.
But it's harder than you think.
It is hard because you first have to master the English language and grammar and writing mechanics and all that good stuff. Once you've done that, then you have to add personality to your writing. Then once you do that, you need to follow the rules of copywriting when it comes to the emotion. And so actually, surprisingly, this was in my book, Trump book, How Digital Liberals Silenced the Nation into Making America Hate Again. But our president, Donald Trump, whether he knows it or not, he's actually an excellent copywriter. Again, I don't know if he knows it, but the basic tenets of copywriting, you're writing to an audience that is of the second or third grade level, which is hard because we go to college, we go to graduate school, and we start writing all sophisticated. But in reality, even the most sophisticated, educated individual, they digest and understand the second, third grade level better than the college level. And by level, I don't mean writing like a third grader. I mean kind of writing short, simple sentences that really get to people's emotions.
Yeah, you're not going to be using semicolons and...
No way. No way. No semicolons, none of that. And so if you think about our president, whether you like him or you hate him, well, you're probably one of those two things. You probably either like him or you hate him. That's just how it works. It's not like some of his competitors who were running in 2016 who people didn't really have any opinions about them. It's like, oh yeah, I don't really know anything about that guy. He doesn't say anything. Like he doesn't, whatever, right? But in the case of our president, he uses, I mean, you listen to him speak and it's like he's talking to a third grader because he says, I'm going to create a wall. It's going to be a big wall. It's going to be a gigantic wall. It's going to be the most amazing wall that's ever built in the world, in human history, right? Well, that's just kind of an example. That's how you would talk to a third grader, right? So again, just my friends in copywriting have made fortunes. It's a difficult skill to master, but if you can master it, you will work from home for life wherever you want. My copywriter friends, I don't even know where they live because they're just thinking up of ideas, crazy ideas all day. and trying to come out with good advertising copy. Expert booking and recruitment. That's another thing that I do. This is basically adding credibility and connections. This is more like network marketing. And on top of, so what is network marketing? It's just knowing a lot of people and connecting people. But in my case, because I work on so many podcasts, I work on the PR side, which I brought up, in the podcasting side. It's like booking guests on shows. So like the guests who we've brought on our show, Adam, that's because of my contacts and connections. I've been able to just make it happen. Well, yeah. So I know the publicists, I know the companies. So for the last 12 years, I've been booking top experts and celebrities for media as new hires. Like, we've hired people. My company's been retained to like find new people to recruit that fit a specific bill, sources for research reports, guests for conferences, speakers at conferences. So we help do all that. We even helped book Congressman Dr. Ron Paul at a conference we went to, Adam, a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. So he's actually a lot easier to book because you just pay him a large amount of money and he shows up. So that was like that was probably the easiest booking that we've done. So yeah, once you kind of master all these different services, then you can add more, or you become like a good manager. So I also do project management for companies. There's also lead generation, so acquiring new leads, how to optimize your website properly so that you can capture leads, running lead generation campaigns. So like, look, I'm telling our listeners right now, I keep saying, visit our website, you're going to get a copy of my book. That's a lead generation strategy. So what we're doing is we're getting you to go to our website, put your email address in. Now we have your email, and we grew our leads because of it. And we help companies do this. We help them grow their leads so that they can put their leads through a funnel and sell whatever product or service it is that they want at the end. So that's a perfect example of lead generation and what lead generation is. Business development and affiliate marketing. So affiliate marketing is, again, a lot of this is just knowing people. So affiliate marketing is partnership marketing. It's paying other people to market for you. So you need to know those right companies. If you're selling Happy Meal and McDonald's goes to the mom and pop store across the street and says, hey, we'll pay you $1 for every customer you send to McDonald's to order a Happy Meal, that's affiliate marketing. It's getting other people to do marketing for you, and you pay them like per customer or per sale. So we help companies do that on the affiliate side.
Now, becoming an affiliate can be an easy process, but actually making money doing affiliate marketing can be a whole different ballgame.
Absolutely. It's very difficult. But if you are like the corporate office, so if you're like McDonald's and you sign up average Joes like you and me, Adam, then we're the ones who, we only get paid for every sale.
Oh, right.
So
that's what I'm saying is if you are the affiliate market, if you're the one going out and trying to do it, because it sounds great. Like, oh, I'll sell this $500 product and they'll give me $100. Well, finding the leads to do that is...
It's hard.
That's where you're going to put in the work, is you're going to have to figure out, okay, I need to market to 25 to 34-year-olds who make $80,000 to $150,000 a year. Where can I find that list? And so you're going to have to go out and figure out, all right, well then company B would probably have a list that fits that. Now I have to go to company B and figure out how they're going to let me. Am I just going to have to pay them to send out this for me, or what am I going to have to do to get through to them? So that's the tricky part about the affiliate marketing.
Well, the affiliate marketing, I called it, well, our listeners might know it as multi-level marketing, MLM, multi-level marketing. So if you've heard of these companies like Amway and Ambit Energy, and, I'm sure you've gotten sucked into these sales presentations at some point, Adam, where like a friend of yours, who's probably not your friend anymore, told you that there's this great party and all this free stuff, so come to this party. And so you go and it's a presentation for some kind of a product, and they're trying to sign you up as an affiliate. That's really what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
And they make it's like a pyramid market. It's completely legal, and it's great for the corporate entity. The big health one was Herbalife, and I think they're still in business doing very well. But it's great for the corporate entity because everyone's an independent contractor who works for them. They work as much as they want or as little as they want. and they get paid per sale. So if they're selling product, they can keep going out and keep selling product. If they're not selling anything, they can just quit and they don't get paid anything.
Doesn't cost the company anything.
Doesn't cost the company anything. So that's what affiliate marketing is, that same concept, that same idea, except it's almost exclusively, or it is exclusively, to online and digital campaigns, not going out to people's houses and displaying spoons. That's not what it is. So we also do Google AdWords and pay-per-click. This is another area. We are very basic on this. We're not experts. But Google AdWords and pay-per-click, this is essentially the ads that you see when you're searching for stuff on Google, and you see ads pop up on the side, or on Facebook, you see ads pop up on the side based on what you typed in maybe like a couple of days ago. That's effectively using Google AdWords and pay-per-click. And I have a couple of friends. One of my friends who I just talked to a couple of weeks ago, he is a pay-per-click like, this guy is one of the best pay-per-click experts in the world. And he quit his full-time job doing pay-per-click for the company because he realized that he could do it on his own. And he told me the month of January, he made $480,000 in gross revenue.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And this is something you can learn on like YouTube.
Yes. Now, I'll say this, pay-per-click and AdWords, I equate it kind of to like day trading, because you can set a budget, like a $5,000 budget for a campaign, and you can put all your stipulations in, and you can run through that $5,000 in 30 minutes and get absolutely nothing in return. So yeah, it is kind of like day trading, pay-per-click. It's almost like options trading. So you want to know what you're doing. You don't want to just go on and put $100,000 into your account and think that you're going to make all this money selling product, because you can lose that. And I know we worked with a partner. We did an online special event for a company out of Singapore. They pretty much were like, look, Naresh, Christian Media and Marketing, you guys handle everything except for pay-per-click. We have a guy in-house who will handle the pay-per-click. I said, that's perfect. Not a problem. Well, we handled everything except for the pay-per-click. And the pay-per-click guy calls me up and starts bashing me, saying, your copywriting was horrible, your design is horrible, your website's horrible. Like, I just lost $60,000 for the company because we ran these pay-per-click campaigns and we got nothing. We got like 100 leads back. And I told him, I said, buddy, that's your fault on the pay-per-click. So if you had problems with my copy or with our website or whatever, you should have told us ahead of time. And the other thing I told him was, why did you stop at $50,000, $60,000? What? You should have stopped at like $3,000 and said, hey, there's a problem. We need to fix something. He just kept going on. I guess he was trying to save his job. So, it made no sense. But I'll tell you, if you can master pay-per-click, you will make a fortune, because companies will pay you top dollar to promote their product or their service. So let's say they're selling a product that costs $100. They will pay you $100, 100% of the product, if you're able to get a sale through pay-per-click. I know companies that do that. And you might say, well, why would they pay the full 100%? Well, it's because maybe the product is a subscription product. Maybe they have to renew. The customer has to renew every month, or maybe they have to renew every year. So it's like, okay, yeah, you keep it on the front end. You keep the full price on the front end, and we get all the revenue after that.
Yeah, or it might just be a loss leader.
Or it could be a lawsuit. Who knows? So it's an awesome, awesome way to make a quick buck, but you absolutely have to know what you're doing. And then social media, look, so many people out there, they say that they're social media experts, and they don't know. Well, influencer is different. Influencer is different. Social media expert, they don't know jack shit about like running PPC campaigns on social media. Look, social media, if you're going to call yourself a social media expert, you should be an influencer. So influencer, you can be, we don't have much influence on social media, but if you're an influencer, that just means that you have a huge following on social media, on like Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. So if you have a huge following, you can literally do whatever. Like, you're pretty much set for the next few years, because then you can go to companies. Let's say you're an Instagram. I mean, this is the most common type of Instagram influencer. So the bikini model has become very popular on Instagram. And the bikini model, generally gets hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of followers on Instagram, men and women. So once they have these real followers, what does a bikini model do? They go to the bikini companies. I don't know. I'm not an expert on bikinis, so I don't know what they're called. But they go to the bikini company, or the bikini companies, they have full-time employees. Their sole job is to go on Facebook and Instagram and find these influencers and say, hey, we'll pay you, $1,000 a month if you wear our bikinis and post it on your Instagram. Or we'll pay, generally it's a lot more. It depends on how many followers you have, right? So the more followers you have, the more money you're going to get paid.
Use this hashtag, yada, yada, yada.
Exactly. Use this hashtag, promote this link, this code, and that's how these influencers make their money. So that's one way you can market on social media. You can actually find these influencers and get them to promote your product. But social media marketing is not going on Facebook and creating a fan page and saying, okay, your marketing is done. A lot of people come to me and they're like, yeah, I'm a social media expert. And they just have no clue what the goal in marketing is to make money. You market so that you can bring in new customers, raise awareness. So you have to track that. You have to quantify it. So social media marketing is not just creating a Twitter account and saying, oh, we created your Twitter. Pay me X amount of dollars for it because that's what we did. No, it drives me crazy when marketers, when that's all they know and that's all they do and they call themselves marketers. They don't know what marketing for ROI is. So again, how did I learn these things? I can't reiterate. Adam, you brought up Google.com, YouTube.com, Ryan Dice's Digital Marketer, the free stuff that we're giving away through our website, through this podcast, my books, hello@workfromhomeshow.com. Reach out to us if you have any questions. But you have to learn these things yourselves. You have to put in the time and the effort. And so in our upcoming episodes on podcasting, on book writing, on real estate investing, we're going to talk some more about these so that you can have more ideas running through your head and figure out the best plan of action for you.
If there's something you're curious about, I can almost guarantee you there's 1,000 YouTube videos out there on it. And I know probably everybody who's listening watches something on YouTube every day that doesn't do them any good. I know I do. So, just take that time that you would have spent watching that 10-minute clip and watch a 30-minute video on how to do pay-per-click or how to do whatever you're interested in and, learn a new skill.
Yeah, and I should also say there are a couple of really good online free courses available. The few that I like, Udemy, Udemy. I actually have a course on there on online publicity. So I brought up online PR earlier in the episode. Well, there's an entire course on how you can get online publicity and do it for other clients. Completely free of charge. Go to Udemy. I have like 3,000 students on there. So that's a pretty big following that I've developed through my Udemy course. And they have all sorts of courses on anything, real estate stuff, even physical. It doesn't have to be online or digital. It can be physical businesses. It's free. So check it out. The other online course website that I'd recommend is Coursera. Coursera. I used to have a friend who was a director of business development there. What Coursera does, they have partnerships with leading institutions, Ivy League universities, Stanford, Duke, Yale, Harvard, you name it. And they publish the actual lectures, the most popular lectures from these universities. They have entire courses from these universities available free of charge. Free. So you don't have to spend $80,000 going to Harvard so that you can sit in on that class to get that lecture. It's free on Coursera. And again, they have everything from Algebra 1 all the way up to PhD level quantum physics. They got something for everyone there, and it's available free of charge. So make note of that. I don't know. Have you heard of these places, Adam?
Yeah, I've heard of them. I haven't really used them. And I would just want to tell everybody, if you do have a skill that you think will be useful for other people, don't be afraid to go on YouTube and start your own channel and start giving your stuff away, because you'll be amazed at when you give stuff away to people, how they'll learn from your channel, but then they'll say, you know what, this person understands it better than me. I should contact them and, have them either help me or have them do it for me. And, giving information away doesn't cheapen what you do. It just shows people that you know what you're doing, and you're either helping somebody or you're making yourself money. And between those, both of those things are fantastic.
Yeah, and another competitor to Udemy and Coursera is Lynda, Lynda, not Li, but Lynda. Lynda, another good resource. And then Khan Academy, it's not just for kids. In fact, when I was in graduate school at Duke University's business school, we used Khan Academy because a lot of the times we didn't understand what the professor was saying. We're like, we don't get this. So we went to Khan Academy. Udemy wasn't around back then. Coursera wasn't. None of these were around back then. Only Khan Academy was around. So we went to Khan Academy because somebody said that they taught their kid how to do the ABCs through Khan Academy. So I was like, okay, let's learn about efficient market hypotheses and valuing businesses through Khan Academy. So he had courses on that. This dude's a freaking genius, Mr. Khan. So that's what we started using to learn what was being taught in the classroom. We started using Khan Academy. It came in really handy, and they've only grown since then.
I love that you paid so much for Duke and you used the free Khan Academy.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, education shouldn't be expensive, people, in today's day and age.
It's free. Google.com. Everything's right there. And maybe this is a topic for another episode, but because of the Wuhan virus and the global pandemic, education, I think, is completely fucked. Like, people are realizing, like, what is my kid learning in school? Like, what exactly is going on in school? I think they're finally realizing that they don't need to pay $80,000 to go to, the local private school for college, or $35,000 to go to the, local public school for college. It's really, really changed. And even for the lower level schools, public school, private school, and elementary school, middle school, people are realizing, okay, this is what my kid's learning in school. And I think there's going to be a major, major change and transformation in the education. I'm not saying people are going to take their kids out of school. I'm just saying there's going to be a major change because of including online learning, as kids are doing right now.
I can see that happening. Wouldn't surprise me.
All right. Well, if you guys have any questions, again, hello@workfromhomeshow.com. Leave us a 5-star review. Send us a screenshot. You'll get a free copy.
Whoa. They don't have to give us a 5-star review to get the free copy.
Oh, you caught me, Adam. That was a Freudian slip. I'm secretly praying that you will.
We would love a 5-star review, but you get a book even for a 1 or 2 or 3 or 4.
You do.
You get a review. You get a book for an honest review of the show.
Yes. Very good. Very good. So just be honest. Leave us a review. Send us a screenshot. Get on our mailing list, and we'll send you more free stuff so that you can learn more and work more from home and get paid for it. So, till next time, keep on working from home.